Just now it's 2017, it's only March, it's the start of March, and there's already rumours of the GoPro Hero 6 that's going to come out. I'm currently shooting this on the GoPro Hero 5 Black Edition, which is a good little camera. Its audio is a bit crap, especially if you're near any wind, because it doesn't have a protective casing, and its exposure seems to be a little bit lower than previous ones. Its ISO performance is not as good as the Hero 3, certainly in low light, but generally it's a good camera. It's good to put underwater. It's kind of shockproof. It doesn't need this, that, the other, and it's been the screen on the back has definitely been helpful with doing it. But the problem is GoPro as a company are massively not doing well. It was saying at the end of last year they had $116 million loss. So even though they've got all their cameras and their attachments and their software and their entertainment division, they lost over $100 million. Ouch, $100 million. That was in the last quarter. Not so good going on there. Additionally, its drone that came out, the Karma, that came out, looked cool, but it was instantly destroyed by DJI Mavic Pro. With that, whenever the Karma came out, there's quite a few videos of them just falling out of the sky. They had to do a recall. That's going to cost them millions, and in the recall they did a very good customer service job of giving people who'd ordered or bought or had a Karma a free GoPro Hero 5. So I was like, cool, I've lost my Karma, but I got a free GoPro Hero 5. That's quite cool. I'll happily wait until the Karma comes back out. But it's one of those things where I think was the case, if you fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, is with the GoPro Karma. It's like, you've proved that you can't make it. If I buy you in the future and you crash, is that your fault or my fault for buying the thing that has evidence of it crashing all the time? You know, it's like buying a box of matches which have a reputation for not igniting and then wondering why you can't light your matches. That's a really crap analogy. But yeah, and I'm trying to think, what could they add to the GoPro Hero 5 to make the GoPro Hero 6 any better? Well, I think the ISO performance definitely needs to be beefed up. The low light performance in this is pants. Unless you're going into like your Pro Tune settings and playing all around with that, then, which 99% of GoPro purchasers won't touch their Pro Tune settings, or if they do, they won't edit it at all. So you want it so that the straight out of camera, straight out of box settings are going to impress all the reviewers and all the users of it, so that people aren't having to fanning around with changing ISO settings and shutter speeds and white balances and whether it's GoPro Color or GoPro Super Color or whatever it is and all that kind of stuff. The touchscreen, definitely good. The audio can definitely be enhanced in some sort of way. Maybe bringing back some sort of case again that maybe covers the audio parts. I don't know, but the audio in even the slightest wind is absolute pants with the GoPro Hero 5, and in car as well, it's much louder. So when you compare side by side with like the 3 to the 5, the 3 is much more muted, but it's I would say clearer. This one's a bit more noisy, a bit more clipping at the top going on as well. The voice activation control is also it works very well. Let's try it. GoPro stop recording. No, I haven't set that up, so that'd be why it hasn't stopped recording. But when you do set it up, it's pretty good. It even gets my voice, my accent, and can do it from a long distance away. I think that's why the audio microphones need to be very sensitive to hear somebody from back there saying, GoPro, 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 turn on, GoPro, take a photo. You know, it's got to be super sensitive to hear people far away, so it can turn itself on or off or take a photo and all that stuff. That's why its microphone is, I think, a bit too sensitive in normal talking, in like vlogging positions, and too sensitive to wind noise. The wind loss, or the wind reduction system in the audio is absolute pants as well. In terms of the other stuff, it's 4K, it's 4K at 30 frames a second, it's 1080, it's at 120 frames a second. It's all the settings that you need. There's not really a massive requirement for bigger, faster, more settings at the moment. I think it covers everything. It does really well at that, and I would say the quality is good enough for what everybody would be using it for. And if you need higher quality, there are settings that you can play around with, but the differences are fairly minute. Like going to any frame rate above 60 frames a second in 1080p, the quality definitely does drop. But the question is, do you really need to go from 60 to 90 frames a second or to 100 frames a second? Usually that makes no difference. And the software that GoPro provides, like the GoPro Studio, has cool cool stuff that can do additional slow motion to the video footage afterwards. So I would say, try to think, what would GoPro do for the Hero 6 to make it better? I don't know. I really don't know. Apart from the audio, which is crap, the low light, and the straight out of box settings, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Nice, robust, solid, waterproof. So yeah, I can't think. Can you okay, maybe this video is more a case of, can you guys tell me what GoPro should add in to the Hero 6 to see if I can get excited about any of the suggestions that you guys can give in? If you can make a suggestion that makes me go, oh, you're right, I do want that. That sounds like a brilliant thing. Why isn't it in the current GoPro? I will be so impressed if you can make me think that way. Let me know. Cheers. Bye bye.